in the next 2 minutes. Who here wants to know why their brand is invisible on AI search engines? ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, Gemini. Welcome to the call. We have Barb, hello. Alexander, hello. Jill, hello. Pete, hello. Dana, hello. Allison, hello. Hello. Where are you guys logging in from? We're going to get started here in 2 minutes, okay? Two minutes. Welcome to the webinar. Rob, hello. Jocelyn, hello. We'll begin starting here in a minute. If anybody wants to share where they're calling in from or logging in from? I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. It's raining here today. New York City, sunny. That's nice. It's been beautiful over here in Florida lately, but not today. South Florida, at least. Yeah, it's nice out. We need the rain, though. I live on a lake and it's dry. It's dried out. It needs water. All right, we're about to get started here. Gwen, welcome to the webinar. Kathy, hello. DJ, hello. Welcome to the webinar. Hey, Gwen. We're going to share some really great information today to help you make sure your customers find you when they're searching for the problems that you help them solve. I know we have a lot of coaches on the call today, which is going to be very important for the future of your business. I'm in Boca Raton, Gwen, Florida. Yeah, Boca Raton area. All right, we're about to get started. Welcome to the call, Mayor. Hello, how are you? All right, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started right. And hopefully everybody likes my humor. All right. Okay, great. All right, so I want to welcome everybody to the webinar. The goal here, of course, for the webinar is to make sure that you guys are ranking on AI search. I kind of said it a little while ago, but just so everyone's aware, if everyone's not aware, AI is changing. It's over 60% of the search market right now. And so there's something called answer engine optimizations, changing from SEO to AEO. There's a big transformation. And everybody on this webinar can actually take full advantage of it for a very, you can do it for free. We could tell you how to do it. I'm going to show you a couple of things on how you can do it if you want to do it yourself. You can obviously use rankmonster.ai, our system that helps you develop it, tracks it, and does the whole thing with you. And the goal is to make sure that when your people your customers, as an example, your future customers are looking for a solution to their problem or a coach or something that you help them solve, your name shows up and and the AI engine that they trust so much, right? And everyone, I have a friend as an example, he has ChatGPT and he loves chat. He calls, chat, let me ask chat. He has a name for chat and it's called Friday. And so as an example, there's people who really trust their AI search engines. And so when the customers that are looking for what you can help them with are asking about it, you want to pop up. Okay. And so we're going to have a good time today. So if you want to know where you rank on the on all the language models on the AI search engines, which there's 6 that we track for you. If you want, drop your you could drop your actual URL in the chat. I'm going to do a live audit on the call today. So if anybody wants a live audit, you can do yours. Or while I'm talking, you guys can go through the process on Rank Monster for free at rankmonster.ai. And you could actually log in to do the audit. The audit's basically going to share with you where you show in ranking on the search 4 or 5 search criterias. And it's going to show you how you could actually improve. It's going to give you the audit just gives you a couple things that you need to do to make sure that you get ranked. Okay. Now, this is only if you want more customers from search and you want to rank above like the competitors and the people who are in the market for what you actually can do, right? For your actual future customers. So if you want to drop your URL in the chat, I'm going to pick one of those URLs here. We're going to spend the next 10 minutes going over some of the, education portion. And then about 15 minutes, we're going to be discussing, I'm going to show you the live audit. We're going to do it live. We're going to show you the platform. We're going to go in and actually like take you guys through it live. Okay. And so remember, like these leads that you get from search are hot leads. These are people who are willing to purchase your services almost immediately because the trusted source is now the AI engine that they've built a relationship with. Okay. So before we start, if you've ever, use Claude or ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini to ask a question to see if your product category or your offer didn't show up, you could, say, hey, like, yeah, that's me. Like if you've ever tried that, we want to make sure that you're there. Okay. And so that's what we're really about on Rank Monster. We want to make sure that you're visible online. Our bold promise here and the takeaway here is if you take notes, you'll leave with a personalized 3-move action plan. Okay. And so you can actually do on one of these large language models, any of these AI engines, what you put into this, you will get out. So you didn't show up here for your physical health today. You showed up for the health of your business, and we're going to help you become healthier and increase that rating online today. Right. So stay with me, bring your URL and put some in the chat because we're going to go through some of them here. Robert is the co-founder. He's going to be actually picking the one that we do. So excellent. So let's get into it. So if you're a founder, a coach, a consultant, you probably wear 20 hats, right? And the goal here is if you've been doing SEO or AEO or trying to rank, it's probably very confusing, hard to generate content, and no idea, and you have no idea really how to rank at all. We're here to solve that problem for you today. So you might have been maybe either you've ever paid for an SEO agency or you've done some stuff in the past. Now times are changing, and ideally we all need to be educated into making sure that, we're all being searched the right way when we actually look it up. So if you sell a service or a product or a program to businesses or executives online, this is actually going to help you, right? And this is going to help you to be able to get customers without spending a ton of money to be able to do that. Okay. And you want to be able to get these kind of customers. So let me show you exactly, like I'm going to walk you kind of through some of the kind of 3-step tier here. First, you'll know exactly why ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini aren't really recommending you. Second, you'll understand 5 signals the AI models use to decide who gets cited, and none of them are probably in your playbook right now. And then the third action plan you'll have today is the 3-move action plan to go from invisible to start understanding how to get cited on AI in 30 days. Okay. So I think I skipped one here. Oops. Let's see here. Yeah. And so here's what we're going to cover. Okay. Why you're invisible right now to AI. Okay. The problem section alone is worth staying for. I'm going to show you the 3 things. The new rules. This will change how you think on how AI search actually decides who they cite. And the third is the action plan, right? The action plan is a step-by-step audit, right? Where we show you exactly how Rank Monster will automate this process for you if you want. We'll also show you basically how you could actually do it. It will give you there's a free version as well. And the free version will kind of give you some things that you need to do that you could actually manually do. If you don't want the system to actually generate the content and things like that and do a lot of the work, you could actually do the work for yourselves. Okay. And so this is a big shift that's happening from SEO to AEO. We've tracked 2,847 brands, 1.2 million AI prompts we've analyzed, and 94% see improvements in 30 days using Rank Monster, right? It only takes 60 seconds to do your first audit, which we're going to do live, and it's free. You'll either take the advantage of it right now, or your competitors will. Because what's happening, everyone, is that ranking online and your competitors, that whoever is going to be first to market to do it are the big ones who are going to be the ones that AI will recommend in the future. The reason AI search works fast is because it basically has a different methodology of how it actually pulls information and recommends, right? Like usually people are using backlinks, guided LLM train. It doesn't pull a lot of backlink data anymore. It's pulling things from Reddit. It's pulling things from Medium, from all these different avenues. And it's a certain type of way that you structure the data as well. So we built Rank Monster specifically because there was no tool that existed that did what we needed for our company. And so we're going to talk about now why you're invisible a little bit, and we're going to go kind of show you how that kind of plays out. So here are the three things that you're probably doing that probably don't work anymore, or you might, right? And so chasing Google rankings. So this is one of the broken practice we see. So Google clicks are falling year over year. If 60% right now of research starts in actually ChatGPT. So if your page right now is ranking number one, your second. This is your second most important rating now. Okay. The second broken practice, right, is most LLMs don't use backlinks. They use training data, mentions, let's just say you have 100,000 link building campaign. It's almost it's not even worth as much anymore within the AI world, right? And so the third one is waiting to react, right? Once your competitors get cemented in the models as the answer, they get cited every time. This isn't a slow burn. It's a land grab for the people who are on the call today, right? So let me show you what exactly the kind of costs are. The cost here is, the first problem is the market is that the buyer's journeys change right now. So it's a huge cost because your buyers stop Googling. They started asking AI right now. And so if you've already learned how to, get onto search engine optimization, there's a new way basically that you want to, understand how to do. The crazy part is you lose deals. Okay. This is what it kind of costs. You're losing deals because think about it. If you lost, let's say there's 3 lost deals, when did these buyers start their research right now before they even booked a call? Is they probably went on they went on an AI answer, and when they search, you weren't maybe on the list. Okay. And the 60% stat that you see here on the screen isn't from us. It's from Gartner research on B2B buying behavior. Okay. And the shift is already here. And it gets worse because the playbook you might have played in the past to fix it is actually the wrong one, right? Because the SEO playbook is almost worth nothing right now to AI. Things are completely changing. So what actually matters to the large language models, which is AI search, is Reddit, Quora, Medium, Wikipedia. These are massively representing an LLM training data right now, right? And like I said, a 10 upvote Reddit comment can outweigh 1,000 backlink guide right now, which is crazy. LLMs search your site for data to collect. The question isn't your site fast? The question is, were you mentioned when the model was trained? 5 years of content of 500 backlinks in an agency spend last year, it's kind of worth a fraction of what it was for the game that matters now in AI search. And the next problem is kind of crazy here. So why, right? And so because whoever AI names today is going to be one of the defaults forever. Here's why it's important. This isn't a someday problem. Okay. LLMs are actually trained on the snapshot of the internet. So once a competitor gets cited enough times, they become one of the default answers when people are searching for AI. So by the time you actually react, the model has already been retrained with your competitor as the answer, and you're not catching up. You're just starting over, right? And so the first mover isn't first to market anymore. It's actually the first AI model. So let me show you how this, kind of what's costing you right now. So this is what's happening when SEO and AI search. If you're spending maybe $3,000, $15,000 or a month on SEO or content, what percentage of that is actually optimizing for AI search right now. So usually it's not that much. It's like 5%. Meanwhile, your ideal buyer is asking ChatGPT what's the best ICP for your program, for your offer, and your competitor shows up, not you. Here's the conversation executives are having right now. It's like, we've evaluated 3 options. Why aren't you one of them? Is because you might have not been on the answer when they were asking AI. So I know what you might be thinking, like, what do I have to do, and can I just hire someone to fix this? This is what the solutions are that are in the market right now. These are 3 of them. Option A, if you see here on the left, hire an agency, right? Agencies are great, but most of them were actually built on Google, and if you ask your agency to show what their AEO process is, most usually don't have one right now. Option B, could you do this manually? Sure, if you have 40 hours a week to run 6 LLMs, analyze results. So this is what you can do as well. You could run these kind of things manually. You could actually, if you have 40 hours a week to run 6 LLMs, analyze results, write optimized content, and post it everywhere, you can do that. And then that's kind of how you would do it manually. It's not a scalable model. It's not trackable, though. Option C is you're doubling down on a shrinking game, like optimizing for yellow pages, which is keep optimizing for old SEO. Okay, and I don't think anybody uses the yellow pages anymore, right? So what's missing from all these 3 is a system that audits, AI visibility, diagnoses the exact gaps, right? And helps you fix them automatically, okay? So let me show you what we believe actually works, right? This is our thesis here. AEO isn't about writing more content. It's about writing content in the format that AI models were trained on. So think about how LLMs learn. They ingest Reddit threads. They ingest Wikipedia articles. They ingest things from GitHub. They ingest things from Medium and discussions from Capterra, ratings on G2, Trustpilot. And so if your content looks like those formats, structured answers, factual density, clarity, you could actually get cited on the AI models. If it looks like your brochure, you're actually getting ignored, okay? And so these 5 signals that you see here are the framework that we actually built Rank Monster on, okay? And so if we want to take a quick poll here really quick, does any of these sound familiar, or does any of these relate to you? You've asked ChatGPT about your category, your brand wasn't mentioned, you're spending a lot of money on SEO, and you can't explain why AI ignores you. Your traffic looks stable, but your pipeline has gotten quieter from search maybe. A competitor you barely know keeps showing up in AI answers instead of you. Or, if you want, there's a little poll there, select which one represents you the most, okay? And so once you select that, we're going to go over what life looks like on the other side of actually using a system like Rank Monster, and kind of what's going to happen on what the goal is for you. Okay, so we're going to go to the next slide here. So this is kind of what changes. Imagine this. Ask ChatGPT, what's the best program for your offer? If you're a coach, it's like, what's the best personal development program for people who have depression? And it's like, this person's comes up. Why? It's because you have the right content, the right threads, the right areas, and you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing for you to show up. Okay. And if you're, your brand, you want your brand to be the first name it gives them, right? So number 1 is buyers find you first, right? You're in the AI answer before they visit your site. 70% of the decision is made before the first contact with you, all right? They arrived to your sales call already. They're convinced. They heard about you from the AI. They shortlisted you before they even knew your name, okay? That's what you want. You own the category, okay? Because you know how LLMs work. You own the category search, and the AI recommends you now, which is what you want, and you want to be there, and you want to live there. You're not chasing Google rankings anymore. You're not writing content into the void. You have a score that goes up each week. Okay. And the goal is for you to own the category and have it work for you. So there's no agency required in this. Okay. And so it's a fraction of the cost to actually run a system like this. The content actually works on autopilot for you. So it develops the content constantly, and it'll constantly help you just make sure that you're pivoting and writing the right things to make sure it'll constantly, which you're going to see here in a moment. We're going to do the live here. And then Rank Monster auto generates AI search optimized content and distributes it daily. So no more guessing and what to write. And there's clear weekly visibility. A real score is generated weekly across 6 AI engines. So you see what's actually moving and what's not, and what you need to fix next. Okay, it's going to give you clear guidance constantly on what you need to fix. And your competitors, they're still arguing about whether AEO, answer engine optimization, is actually real or not. All right. So let me show you how this works. We're going to do the live audit now. Okay, as promised, we have 12 minutes to do it. I'm going to probably get it done in 2, and then we'll do a quick Q&A here at the end, because I want to make sure that everyone's time here is of value. Okay, we're going to do the live audit. It's real time, and so let's see here. Let's see if Rob sent me the one that we're going to do. Team. Okay, so Coach Rob clicked. Is a good link to. Okay, so Coach link up. Let's do Coach link up. Who's Coach link up? I know Robert's answering all the questions in here, which is great. Thank you, Robert, for answering questions. Okay, we're going to do Coach link up. Let's get it going. All right, so by the way, if you want to follow along with me, go to rankmonster.ai, paste your URL, okay, and you can see the AI visibility score. We could do it live together. We are going to do the one that I just mentioned. Let's just put it in here right now. So if you want to just follow along with me, you can, and you can do yours for free as well. Okay. So we're going to go to rankmonster.ai, get my free audit. Let's do it. Who are your competitors? Let's do Mind Valley. Let's do Life Coach School. And let's do Better Up. Okay. And you could also add your competitors here as well. Okay. And so let's go continue. You could select the industry. You could select, let's say you're in mid-market, generate with AI. This is going to develop the business description. Coach Link Up is a platform that connects individuals with vetted, certified coaches to help them achieve their personal and professional goals. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. Target audience, career changers and job seekers, professionals seeking executive leadership coaching, individuals pursuing. So this is the target audience. Corporate HR departments and talent development managers, people seeking therapy. And you could also add more here. Okay. Excellent. So what do people search for? Now, the last section before we get the audit is, what do customers search for? So we're going to have AI generate the searches for us based off of what it knows. So what exactly is executive coaching and how does it work? Which coaching platform should I use for career transition? Ooh, that's a good one. Should I use Coach Link Up or Better Up for leadership development? How do coaching marketplaces compare to traditional coaching, coach hiring? All right, so let's see this. Let's run the scan. So we're going to run this scan here. And then we're going to, hopefully I don't screw this up. All right. I'm going to put my email in. Okay, let's see here. Okay, great. It's actually, you're actually ranking well so far. It's a good start here. And it's generating recommendations. What exactly is executive coaching? How does it work? When someone asks about your industry, here are the top options of reviews, right? Coach Link Up, known for exceptional quality, authentic, find your right coach, boom. Okay. This is kind of what you're looking for it to do in ChatGPT. What exactly is executive coaching? And it'll do, and then great, known for exceptional quality, authentic craftsmanship, right? Widely considered the category leader. And that'll give other alternatives, of course, like it always will. But you want to be in search. Okay. And so here's a quick action plan. So create direct comparison content, schedule this article on my calendar. So you could go in here and you could start fixing these issues right away. Okay. You could add structured data for service offerings, implement schema.org markup for service professional service, local businesses. And these are issues and technical fixes and content strategy fixes that it's already developed for you. Okay. You could choose one of these plans, or you could continue with the limited free version. So let's go in. You could come in here. So obviously for this, we're just going to click on here, and we're going to continue with the free version. And it's going to tell you to connect your content management system from your website, because it will automatically create the content and post visibility and develop everything for you. So BetterUp is one of the winners, as an example. They're ranked high, as an example. Mind Valley. So the best thing about this, everyone that's listening, is that the game is very novice. And so you have, if you could, every time we do these, there's like 5%, not even, of some of these companies are actually even ranking well. And so there's so much opportunity in the space. Okay. So you're ranked on a lot of the LLMs already. So should I use Coach Lika because it has your name in it? The goal is actually to get track searches with some of the ones that you're not in. And so as an example, let's say I want to rank for this one, or actually I like this one. What exactly is executive coaching? How does it work? And then you could start writing content. It'll give you all the recommendations and everything that you want to, that you need to fix. So submit your Brave search for Claude. Okay. These are things that you could do right now. You could come in and it'll tell you things that you can rank for and do every single day. Let's just say we want to do this one now. Okay. This is a big one. And you can start, enter your URL for Brave search as an example. And there's a lot of different things. These are like high ROI activities, let's just say. It'll give you all the strategy and the things you need on a daily basis just to rank for that. Okay. Another thing that's pretty great is you can monitor GEO compliance audit. We have a GEO compliance audit as well. It'll tell you what you're not found. You're not found in Bing, Brave Search, Wikipedia, Wikidata, Indexing Now, right? It'll tell you things that you need to do. One of the most important things that needed to fix is putting this LLM-s.text present inside of your site. So it tells AI crawlers what your site is about in Markdown, the single highest leverage AEO signal you can do today, right now. It'll give you things that you do. But you actually have a lot of good things, right? You already have a lot of good check marks here. But you want to work on these, like image alt text coverage, things like that. Let's just go some more at the top. This one's good for the LLM. And then obviously work on getting rated in here and start doing your ecosystem presence and building it more online. But you have a pretty good one so far. So last thing here I'm going to go over here is social. You can start writing. So ChatGPT as an example, it'll develop keywords for you to do on ChatGPT. Let's just say you want to talk to, like small businesses. You hit reply. It'll generate a comment and make sure that you review this before posting, right? And it copies and pastes it, and you can start writing on Reddit feeds instantly. Okay. And so it'll bring up the Reddit file that you want to do. It'll create the copy and everything. And also on the calendar section, it already started developing copy for you. Submit your site to Brave Search. You click that and did that. That means you completed it for the day, but we didn't add it in there, but we clicked the site. And so this also will actually create content for you. And then you can start seeing the actual content and generate the content. Oh, I didn't click it. Excuse me. Let's go back to that. So these are all things that you could actually repost on a daily basis. And then come here and it'll generate an article for you. It'll already generate the article. Once the article is generated, you can distribute it, and then there'll be buttons that'll pop up here. How to find a life coach that's the right fit for you. There'll be a button that'll say here to redistribute it. It'll create it for LinkedIn. It'll create it for Medium. And then your team will just go and constantly post and develop new articles on all of the actual other places that you can search for. Okay. And so right here, your next move to get ranked, it'll tell you things that you should do every day, to make sure that you're getting ranked, right? We want you to move. And then you can constantly work on getting ranked with that. Let's see. We already went over that. And then, yeah, that's a lot of the stuff. It'll automatically do all the content for you, like a share. And yeah, let's see if it wrote it. Great. Look, it already wrote one. Most life coaches fail because, and then you can come in here, distribute. You can generate 3 platform versions for Medium, LinkedIn's core. We're going to be adding a lot more here in the future. So we're going to be doing one for X and all that. And it automatically posts, like, so social, you could connect your LinkedIn and start developing posts for that as well. Excellent. Now we're going to close out right now. So step 1, if everybody, we're going to do Q&A. Paste your URL like we just went over. The engines, this is basically what we kind of just did right now, right? Scored live. Then step 2 is which engines cited you, which ones didn't for which different searches. The goal is to make sure you go through the GEO compliance check, make sure you're getting cited, and then obviously start doing the things that the platform is telling you to do to start getting cited immediately, okay? And then you want to start submitting. It'll tell you what to do to make sure you're getting ranked, right? Technical things, content, different community things, posting on LinkedIn. It'll tell you and give you things that you need to do every day to be able to actually get ranked, okay? And then we help you do it automatically. So it'll automatically create all the content. You saw it'll create the content. It'll post the content on certain ones, and then it'll auto distribute. You also get weekly AI monitoring. And then, of course, integrations come with that, okay? So ideally, I always talk about the truth. Most people on the calls are going to kind of close the tab, go back to their day. They're going to think, I should just do something about this, and they never will. The companies that act right now are actually going to be in the category in AI search for years to come, all right? And so because of how modeling and training works, like I shared, you know the 4 steps. The question is, are you going to actually do something about it to make sure that you get ranked inside of AI search, all right? And so we are going to be done here. If we're going to open it up for questions. I know Rob's already answering a lot of questions in the chat right now. And so if you do want an actual free audit from us personally, you can schedule that call. We're doing some one-on-one still. In the future, we're going to be just doing group. But if you want to do an audit and work with, like, you have questions and it's like something that you're really serious about, I would say schedule that time on the calendar, okay? You can do this on your own. We're going to be sending you, different webinars we're going to do to make sure that we support you in the process as you obviously use the tool to make sure that you're getting ranked and you're growing and you're actually growing month over month and making sure that you're using the platform, okay? And so we're going to open up for some questions. I know Rob's already kind of going through some stuff. Rob, if you want.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Very, very well.
Okay, good. Is that too loud?
It was loud. Yeah,
sorry about that.
All right. Did you want to go over anything that people were asking in here? I know you're already kind of in Q&A mode.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer everyone's questions. Everyone's has a ton of questions. So we're going to be adding Substack. I think it's going to happen today. It just keeps on coming up over and over. Everyone's like, does this work on Substack? And I think a lot of people, Substack is becoming very popular. So Christine, what do you get with free versus paid? Good question. So with free, you get the audit for free. You also get the GEO compliance audit, which checks your site to make sure that it's structured properly to where it can be crawled by LLMs. You also get to generate content for free, and you get 15 generations, which are optimized for social. So you basically get to use most of it, but it's limited as far as how much you can do. Obviously, the more you do, the better you rank. The paid versions, we have 3 different tiers. Basically, for the smallest tier, we have 50 searches that you can check. So right now, we just did 5. So what you want to do is you want to have as many as possible to cover as much ground as possible to understand for these like long tail. There it is. Yes, so 50 for foundation. You get 10 auto-published articles a month with that one. With Accelerate Monster, you get 20, so twice as many articles. And we also rank track across more large language models. And then Authority Monster, that's for companies that really need to be indexed in Claude. Claude is very important for enterprise. And so for everyone here, I would recommend Accelerate Monster, because then you get auto publishing, and it's good to publish an article every day, because these models reward consistency. So that's what I'd recommend. We also have a deal. It's 50% off your first 3 months that ends tomorrow. I hope that answers your question, Erica. Is there anything else you want to ask about the different plans? Oh, there's more questions. Yes, can I run a call? Yes, yeah, Alex, you can write an article every day if you have the right plan. So you basically pay every time you generate an article.
Yeah, Gwen, the 50%, if you see here at the top of the shared screen where it says get 50% off your first 3 months. So if you're going to go on one of the paid versions, Gwen, you click start my 3-day trial. That webinar Monster 90, let me actually just show it to you. I think I could just show it to you here. So you come here, start my 3-day trial. And when you go to add promotion code, you put webinar Monster 90, you get 50% off for 3 months off of any plan that you choose in the system. Okay. So if you go to, so whichever, let's just say this is the one you pick, you do webinar Monster. If you could make sure you spell it properly. Monster. What is it, 50?
90.
90?
Yeah, because it's 90 days.
Oh, yeah. Webinar.
You know what, Phil? You've already redeemed it, so it doesn't let you do it twice.
Oh, because I already tried it. Okay.
Yeah. You can only use it once, basically. You can't sign up for 3 months and then you can't use the same one.
Yeah, because it's under my my name. So you just put this code here, webinar Monster 90. You just copy it.
Erica, you had a good question. So how much time would you say someone needs to dedicate to this daily versus how much is automated? So I'd say different strokes for different folks. Some people they kind of want to be more hands-off. And some people want to write the articles almost by hand or like AI assisted. So what we automate is the publishing of articles. You connect your website to it, and it'll publish on your blog according to the content calendar. So we automatically start posting for you every day. And there's certain things that we can't automate. For instance, Reddit. It's impossible. Basically, Reddit's the only place that's like truly human these days. And so if you go in there and we start auto publishing to Reddit, we'll just get you banned. So we don't do that. So Reddit's very important. So what I would do, depends on your strategy for who you're going after. ChatGPT is the most important right now. It's about 60% of the market. If I was you, I would spend like 15 minutes, like every day on Reddit. But as far as article publishing, that's just automatic. It'll send you an email. It'll tell you what it published. So we built the tool to make it really easy. There's other tools that give you all these reports, and it's very complicated and requires a team to manage. We specifically built this for people who have a business, but just really haven't had time to dedicate to this.
Yeah. And so also, actually, who was writing that question? I think it was Alexander. So Alexander, that's a lot, full-time job in itself. I don't know did you answer him, Rob, and say it was?
Oh, he says we run article every day. Huh? That's actually not enough, to be honest, Alex. So you need to publish at least 5 or 6 pieces of content a day on different platforms. So you can take that one article that's generated, and then we automatically send it out to LinkedIn, Medium. And so, I agree. It is a lot of work. It helps to have either automatic publishing or a way to where you can get most of the way there without having to sit down and write an article.
He's saying he writes one article every day. Yeah, like you could write multiple articles every day on autopilot with this system and repurpose the information for multiple social platforms all at the same time. So it's
So if you look in the results, let's say there's a search that you're really not ranking for, and you see an article that we recommend that you should publish to get yourself cited, then you just click on schedule and it gets put on your content calendar. You get scheduled for tomorrow or whatever. And then the algorithm will go through every day and it'll just publish all those articles you scheduled.
Right.
So you can do a lot, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. We recommend more because it'll help you get cited faster. So
this is a really active group.
Christine's site, the site for the one that we just did was good. That's it.
Repeat the same. You can repeat the same article, Gwen. Now, Medium is a good place because Perplexity and ChatGPT pull from there a lot. So it just depends on the tool will let you know where to publish, depending on what your goals are, what your ideal customer profile is.
Right.
And does it need an original article? No, you don't. We reformat it to perform well. So for Medium, we reformat the article that's written that goes on your blog, and we put it into a way to where it's optimized for doing well on Medium. So. Okay. I'm saying writing multiple articles is a full-time job. Newspaper reporters don't write that much, and that is their full-time job. Yeah, I agree. So it sounds like you guys are publishing multiple articles.
Yeah, I mean that's why people.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why that's the good thing about AI systems like this, where you could just have it work for you.
There are benefits to really the most important thing, Alex, is that you're publishing original content that only you have the data for. Right. So the LLMs basically they're out of data. They've scraped the entire internet and they've trained. Now, what they're looking for is like Alexander, if you have some data that's proprietary that only you have, like statistics or something like that, publish that. That's going to be something that the LLM scrapers are really just searching the internet for is new data.
Yeah. DJ's asking, do they pull from LinkedIn too?
Yes. Yeah. So Microsoft Copilot, that's a model that pulls from LinkedIn. It's owned by Microsoft. LinkedIn's owned by Microsoft. OpenAI is owned by Microsoft. OpenAI scrapes LinkedIn.
OpenAI is owned by Microsoft?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Phil said there's a difference between an article setup for oh yeah. So Gwen wants to know the difference between the AI pool versus setup like a brochure. I know you could talk about that a lot, Rob.
An article set up for AI pull versus set up like a brochure. So the difference here is that when you publish articles, that you want the answer to the query of the article, like the point of the article. How do I find a great business coach? You want the answer to be right in the first couple paragraphs. That's really important because these scrapers are going through and they're just searching for answers because it's answer engine optimization. Whenever someone goes into ChatGPT, they're typing a question, they're getting an answer, right? And then in the article itself, the way we automate the creation of these is we have a lot of like titles, question, answer, over and over. And then so that's what the models want to see. They want to see answers to the queries. So that's why the statistics thing is so important because someone will write, oh, what's the probability that, or what's the, some statistic, tell me, I want to get the answer. And if you're the only one who's citing that, then that's really great. So
right. Mara's asking about how about videos? I think she's asking how does videos come into play with this?
So YouTube is also scraped. So if you have YouTube videos and you have content on those YouTube videos, that's good. We don't support that right now. Maybe in like 6 months to a year, we can start creating like content on YouTube and publishing it to YouTube automatically. That'd be awesome. But for now, you'd have to have a separate YouTube channel.
Gwen
is it even better?
The title.
No, it would be more the question, Gwen. So it'd be like, where can I find a great business coach in Seattle? And it's like, okay, the answer is, and then it's like your company, you know, what you do, things like that.
Yeah. Awesome. These are great questions.
You don't even have to think about this though. If you use our platform, you just click a button and schedules it and publishes it.
Exactly. Yeah. The purpose of the system is to not have to worry about figuring out all the content and the strategy. That's what the system does for you. And you just publish it and that's it.
Yeah, so, let us figure that out. You don't have to worry so much.
Exactly. Awesome. These are great questions. Did we miss any questions? I don't think we did. Couldn't you guys support YouTube scripts to follow your framework?
YouTube scripts.
I mean, we could, but it would have to go along with like, with the actual video of some sort. So like we would have to probably publish and develop AI videos. That would have to do that. And then that's, yeah, eventually we'd probably get into that.
Creating videos using AI, very, very expensive.
Yeah.
For like a 15-second video for really, really high quality stuff, like movie standards, it's like $20.
I have about 1,500 prompts for my AI clone. Could I use that? So you could feed it. You could feed this system data from what you already have. We have a section in here that you could feed seed content of everything that you know, so it knows how to write better content. I think that's what you're sharing.
I think, Mayor, are you talking about like testing against these prompts to see if you rank? Is that what you mean? Because you can put as many as you can put up to your allotment. We have the max we have is 200. Oh. So yeah, you can use those prompts using your AI, and then you can just like copy paste to create an article. So if you're creating an article on our platform, it's just like Medium. You can go in and like change the formatting, you can paste things in there. And then when you click distribute, it will publish to your blog if that's connected. It'll create different format for LinkedIn, different format for Quora, different format for Medium, and it'll automatically publish on those platforms.
That's right.
1,500 prompts is a lot.
Christine's asking, if you have a YouTube channel, is the description scraped with the transcript? Even if you don't support it, does it look at for score? I'm pretty sure it does, but you might know.
Let me. Is it in the chat?
Under chat. It's under chat.
Yeah. Okay. Does it get looked at for score? So we don't scrape YouTube or anything like that. So we're only checking against LLMs. As far as what the LLMs scrape, I know they scrape YouTube, and I suspect they also scrape the transcripts from YouTube because those are generated.
Right.
So yes, that's the case. But for us, we're not scraping YouTube to see if you come up in YouTube because that's like more of an SEO thing. We're just looking at 6 different models to see across all the models if people search for something that's related to your industry or your product, do you show up?
Right. All right, I think we're going over time.
Where they started and where they rated for 90 days. We have our own. We usually demo that, but we want to make it real for new people. So it's kind of more fun and interactive. So if someone puts their URL in here, we can actually run it live. Live demos are always more fun.
Awesome. If anybody's having more questions, we'll wrap up. And I want to appreciate everybody for hopping on here. If you guys have any more questions or anything, you could obviously write us, book that time with us. Let me see here. Sorry, yeah, the replay will get sent to you via email. And you could just go to rankmonster.ai. We did a live one, but you should get the replay on an email. You could go to rankmonster.ai, just sent you it, and then you could actually do your live audit to see where you rank inside of AI search, okay? And so, yeah, so this gets recorded on the platform, and it gets emailed to you. So you should be able to read it. And if you don't, just email us. Okay. And we could send something to you for you.
Yes, but I'm asking because your sale was changing our rating after 90 days.
Okay.
It just depends on what you put into it. If you're just publishing articles, that's okay. But you need to actually, for instance, like if you're not on Brave Search, you're just not going to show up in Claude. And so that's kind of a problem. So we just make sure that you're covering all your grounds, that your website is even scrapable by LLMs. I would do those things first. I guarantee you're going to get some results within the first 30 days.
Right.
But if you want huge results, you need to be on. It needs to be a daily activity on Reddit, basically, and some of these other social media platforms.
Right. Excellent. All right, guys. I think thanks for everybody for your time today, and we'll see you on the next webinar. All right.
All right.